What's up, everybody? It's me, Randy Sneed Jr., millennial relationship coach, owner of Not Ruining Your Life. And if you follow me on Threads, big anime fan. What I'm giving you guys today is my newbie starter pack. This is your top 10 recommendations of anime. It covers different genres, mostly shonen, but it gives you a good idea of what this industry's like, what the content is like, the full spectrum of emotions, types, subgenres, etc. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, this is my list, okay? My newbie starter pack. If you have your own, give me a comment at the bottom and let me know what you think, okay? Okay, everybody. So, recommendation number 1, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. We're not going top 10. We're not going backwards. I ain't gonna make you wait. We getting this one out the way now. This is your first recommendation. This should be the first anime you watch. Why? It is the most well-rounded and complete story. It has a great conclusion, great background, great lore. It is the perfect example of an anime that someone that's new to the idea of anime should watch. Everyone agrees with me. Everyone in the world. It is typically number 1 on almost any poll of their favorite or most popular or greatest anime. Now, is it my favorite? No, absolutely not. But I still think it's the perfect recommendation for a newbie. Second anime recommendation, Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Lelouch Lamperouche is possibly one of the greatest main characters of all time. I absolutely love this show. It is an epic introduction to mecha. It is an awesome story that revolves around revolution, changing the status quo, revenge, family betrayal. There's so much in this story, and I think it does this thing a lot better, this revolution thing a lot better than another anime called Death Note that I'll talk about a little bit later in my honorable mentions. I had to choose between the two when I chose Code Geass because I think Code Geass did it better. All right, my next recommendation, this was going to throw you off. This is Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi is perfect. It's perfect for helping people realize that anime is not just about screaming and punching harder. We got that in the industry for sure. We have that in the genre for sure. But Odd Taxi is a perfect example that, hey, anime can be chill as well. It's a very short anime. It is kind of a murder mystery. Actually, it's exactly a murder mystery. And I think it's a perfect example of, I call it lo-fi BoJack Horseman, right? So it's obviously it's not as long or it's not as intense as BoJack Horseman. But once you get past the fact that the people are animals, then you really start to immerse yourself in the story. You can get past that, I promise. It is such a good show, and it's really worth the wait. All right, my next recommendation. Right now, again, I'm going away from the shonen for a little bit. Carol and Tuesday. Carol and Tuesday is a beautiful, beautiful anime about 2 girls trying to make it in the music industry. But it's set in the future. So it's going to be some AI, which is very relatable now. Carol and Tuesday is just a great show. Again, it's really low key, but also has some really good music. We even got a Thundercat cameo in the show as well. So again, if you're just into music or you just think that anime is all about fighting, no, not at all. Not at all. Check this out. It's a perfect recommendation to help you see that there's a spectrum to this thing. It's not just action. All right, my next recommendation is Violet Evergarden. Violet Evergarden is a masterpiece. Again, this is not shonen, this is seinen, and this one is more of a tragic love story about a woman who is trying to understand what love means because she was raised as a child soldier. So she doesn't really understand, and so she's using her skills after a war in order to discover what love is. And it's just a beautiful story. Yes, I cried, grown man tears. It is a great story, and I recommend it to anybody. It is truly a masterpiece, and it's beautifully animated. You'll love it. I'm sure of it. Jumping back into the action a little bit, my current rising number 1 recommendation or hottest recommendation right now, Bungo Stray Dogs. Bungo Stray Dogs is great. It's great action, lovable characters. It's a fantastic police government drama, supernatural thriller. It has all those good qualities of a solid anime, you will fall in love with the bad guys as well as the good guys. And you'll see when you start watching it, even the MC is great. He starts off, you feel like he's going to be one of those annoying main characters that has to get kind of walk through everything. But over the course of the show, he really comes into his own. And that's what we really want. You want a main character in a show that actually goes through a story arc, a character arc, sorry, as opposed to someone who just kind of stays the same. It just kind of gets boring after a while or annoying. You don't have an annoying MC here. This is a good show. I really recommend it to everybody. So, Bungo Stray Dogs, get in on that. Chuya's my favorite character. Dazai's right after it. Octagawa. I could keep going. Everybody's awesome. Okay, number 7 recommendation, Spy Family. Okay, or Spy X Family. I never know how to do it. This one's kind of a palate cleanser, right? So I really like this show because it has a little action to it, but it's really an example of what's called slice of life. All right, this is like a slice of life anime. Yes, there is an overarching story, but it's divided into kind of just these random events that happen throughout the day of this little family. You will fall in love with this family. It's actually a spy thriller, believe it or not, but it's about a family that has to kind of come together and, well, they're not a family. It's about these different people who come together to build a family. And each one has their own reasons why, and no one wants to share why they have those reasons, so they keep the secrets. And so throughout the show, you're trying to figure out, are they going to figure out the secret? It's really great. It's really worth it. It's very cute. It's very adorable. So no, it's not gory, but there is some action in it. But it is a really great recommendation for slice of life. If you want to get kind of a break from the strong action or even the tear jerkers, this is a good one. It's a nice, cute show. All right, number 8 recommendation. Now, to be honest, this one could have fell into the honorable mentions, but I think it just has so much of an impact that I have to put it on the list, and that is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is a deep, heavy investment. All right, it's probably one of the longest ones on this list, but it really does deserve its place. It has changed. It has kind of exploded this horror shonen genre that we haven't really seen in a while. I think the only other show that kind of had some similarities to it is Death Note, but excuse me, this one's just really good. It's well animated. It has such a big following. You will immerse yourself in the world again as well, and it really deserves a shot. The first episode, by the end of the first episode, you'll pretty much know whether this one's for you. And anybody who's watched the show knows what I mean when I say that. It is intense, but it is such a good show. Is it rewarding in the ending? Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, we're coming close to the end. So my number 9 recommendation is probably going to be a surprise to a lot of people. My number 9 recommendation is called Outlaw Star. Now, Outlaw Star, this one dropped in the 90s, but it was a part of a 3 anime kind of like trilogy, even though they were not connected at all, but they all dropped around the same time. There were these 3 space westerns, right? You got Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, and Outlaw Star. Now, most people will probably recommend Cowboy Bebop. It is a phenomenal show. It is not on my list. My list is Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star is a great space journey. It's a fun time. You have, again, lovable characters. You have exciting action. You have creative battle styles, and different characters have their own strengths. And it's just one of those first kind of like band together random assortment of characters, and they end up in one place and they all go on the same journey together. So it's kind of that first band of brothers, one of the first ones that we got in the US. This one dropped on Toonami back in, I want to say 2001, and it was just one of my favorites. And so I have to put it in there. Even if you want to call me just nostalgic, then that's fine. Call me nostalgic on this one, but I'm telling you, Outlaw Star is a good time. Number 10 on my list is Tengen Toppan Gurren Lagann, okay? Or Gurren Lagann for short. It is a phenomenal time. It's just a good ride. It is crazily absurd and worth every second. You're gonna laugh. You might cry. I cried. You're gonna say, oh my God. You're gonna say, this is great. Heck yeah, right? You got a lot of action. It just kind of gets back to that absurd beauty that only anime can provide for you. Gurren Lagann is so good. You will see how it just continues from ground level to interstellar. It is a great show. And so I recommend that. Again, we back to high action now. We wrapping up the list. All right. So these are my newbie recommendations. You're going to see them up on the screen again. I recommend everybody try it out. And hopefully you love it. You come back for more recommendations. Follow me on Threads. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. And hopefully you like my recommendations. Thank you.
僕がキラだ。俺はルフィ。領域展開。日向翔陽です。サスケ。ぬるいね。虎杖裕二です。エレンニエガ。俺キルは。俺はゴン。俺は赤ズ。潔良一。分かった。うるせえんだ。身勝手の極意。
Excuse me. Ugh.